Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Soup Breakdown. Today we're looking at the AMX-109 Kapool Corrin Nander Custom. This is going to be almost completely different from the previous video on the Kapool. Because Sochi's Kapool, I feel, is really underutilized in this game. Corrin's Kapool, I feel, is very well realized in this game. They've done a very good job with Corrin's Kapool, as I'll show you. There's a lot of options that it has. It really makes it a lot of fun to play with. So you have the basic melee, which is a really nice little combo you can get there, you know. Then you have side melee. If we can hit with it. Side, nope. Come on, get back here, Harry. Side melee, which is pretty good. Right there, not bad. You may notice also sometimes you only get one swing. There is input direction, kind of like the Epion, though nowhere to that level. Back melee, which is this nice little jab here. There we go. Very simple, very nice. Then you have your forward melee, which you actually have two different forms of. You have that stab there, and then you have this drop. This is a single hit when you hit with it, but it does very nice damage and allows you to dodge quite a few things as you do so. So melee alone already, Corrin's Kapool is pretty nifty, right? Haven't really shown off much of what else it can do. The striker is also melee. It goes in with the stab that you get when boosting forward melee. Let's do a little sidestep. There we go. However, that's not all that Corrin's Kapool can do. We'll show off the burst here, and then we'll get into some of the other options that it has. Burst is pretty nice. Now you may ask, why did we start with melee when we normally start with ranged? And ranged is pretty decent for Corrin's Kapool. It's not bad. Though the missiles have a pretty good track to them. And the charge lets you do this. Ah, he shot it down. Charge lets you fire forth a punch that does really good damage. And as you can see, these are actually really potent for a 300 cost. These attacks do quite a bit of damage. With these alone, Corrin's Kapool makes the difference between it and Sochi's Kapool and gives you a really nice, powerful 300 that you can capitalize with. But again, that's not all. As we go into the second round, of course, we have to ask, should you use Corrin's Kapool? I normally answer that question right away. I'm going to answer that question after I show you what you can do with the second round. But if you can tell based on how excited I am, you can tell the answer is probably yes. Corrin's Kapool, because it's so well realized in this game, that is a different map. Whoops. You have a couple different options with it movement-wise. You have this hyper armor charge that you cannot combo out of, and so it may not seem that great. But because it's hyper armor, you're able to get through other attacks. And where it really comes to shine is that if you can hit with it, a little bit short range, a little bit hard to connect with. But if you can hit with it, you get a nice little 76 damage and a knockback. The left trigger is really where it's at, though. That dash is amazing. That dash really lets you just come in, do some good melee damage, get around, dodge Garobis. Left bumper also gives you access to a throw, where you throw a Kapool. Just toss it forward, why not, right? And that Kapool, if you can connect with it, stuns. And it is a dedicated stun. So not only is it well equipped with good movement options and a stun, but it's my favorite stun in the game because of just how dumb and amazing it is. Forward here, get in real quick here, and just... Oh, okay. Well, normally that's success when that happens. There we go. With using all these options together well, the dash, the stun, the drive, the jump, the stab, using all of these together gives you so many options when it comes to a 300. And normally your 300s don't have all of this. But Corrin's Kapool is absolutely one of my favorite units in this game because of that. It just has an answer to almost everything in such a cool way. Where as long as you can utilize it well, you can fight very effectively, even on low health, even without doing quite as much damage as you might with other suits. You can really just get in there and capitalize. I should have gone under or used the jump for that. The jump sweep would have done it. But we asked the question again then, should you use Corrin's Kapool? Absolutely you should. If you like melee, Corrin's Kapool is one of the best in the game for melee. If you like ranged, Corrin's Kapool has some pretty decent range with that rocket punch and the missiles that have really good homing on them, as you can see there. And then, of course, if you like mid-range, there's not much better than Corrin's Kapool. You can also, once you start to throw, as the animation starts, you can dash cancel out of it, which is really nice, because you can make your opponent think you're about to go for the stun when in fact you're not, which may be just what you need to get the stun off after you dodge past them. But yeah, Corrin's Kapool, one of the best units in this game, in my opinion. Absolutely recommend it for anybody looking for a good 1v1 suit. It, of course, also works very well in 2v2s or 3v3s because of the stuns, because of what it can pull off. Stun can be kind of hard to land when you're bad like me, but, you know, I have seen some very nice stuns from people online. With all that said, though, I have been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum, and remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that Corrin's Kapool has to offer.